Welcome back to Battlefield 2042. In this video we have a weird one because I wasn't expecting any news like this for the game. If you are interested in Battlefield, make sure you sub to the channel to turn notifications on as I cover the game every single day. Also, I've just recently started a second channel. If you want to head over there as well, there's a link in the description. And on that channel I cover a huge variety of different games. So this is an article written by GameSpot. And the headline is the Battlefield franchise is going to undergo a major shake-up. EA have announced a restructuring of its development teams as it looks to grow Battlefield. EA is making major changes to its development structure as it focuses on growing and expanding the Battlefield series following what has been a challenging launch for Battlefield 2042. And I don't think any of us are really surprised that it was a challenging launch. The future-set military shooter launched in November and was swiftly criticised for a lack of features found in previous games and for its many bugs, some of which including the infamous unable to load persistence data bug that did prevent some users from playing entirely. Perhaps the biggest change being announced today is EA is formally announcing the creation of a Battlefield universe. And that universe will seemingly span multiple games and offerings, which will be developed by different studios across North America and Europe. And what we will do is go through the article that's talking about the Battlefield universe in another video. So additionally, DICE GM Oscar is leaving the company to pursue a new endeavour outside of EA. The shake-up also includes Respawn's Vince Zampella taking on a bigger role as the new overall boss of the Battlefield franchise, while Halo designer Marcus Leto is building a new development team in Seattle focused on injecting more storytelling into the Battlefield universe. Ripple Effect, the developer of Battlefield 2042's Portal mode, is developing a new Battlefield experience in the universe. In the immediate future, EA have told GameSpot that DICE, Ripple Effect and Leto's new Seattle studio will work together to expand upon and improve Battlefield 2042. The other Battlefield games and experiences in the works are meant to serve as extensions to a degree of the new Battlefield universe that EA is trying to create. There are no specifics available about the new games and experiences that they intend to create or when they will release as of yet. As for Leto, the man who designed Master Chief, if I'm pronouncing his name right, and played a major role in making Halo what it is today, he is heading up a new unnamed studio in the Seattle area. It will collaborate with DICE and Ripple Effect with the aim of expanding the narrative, storytelling, and character development opportunities in the Battlefield series. There is no word yet on what this means in terms of specific products or strategies, and in a big shift, Battlefield 2042 did not have a single player mode, instead opting to focus on three main multiplayer pillars, which are All-Out Warfare, Portal and Hazard Zone. And Leto previously started an independent studio called V1 Interactive that made a sci-fi shooter called Disintegration. The game failed to find an audience and V1 closed its doors. Leto was hired by EA earlier this year, but it isn't until today that we are learning what he's working on. So, this guy has previously started an independent studio that released a game called Disintegration, and then Disintegration failed to find an audience, so it's closed his doors, and now he's working on Battlefield. Byron Bede, the longtime Call of Duty veteran who EA hired earlier this year to grow the Battlefield series as the shepherd of his long-term strategy and business decisions, said Leto and his team in Seattle will expand Battlefield 2042's narrative across a variety of experiences. These will lay the foundation for storytelling opportunities now and well into the future, and that is what's being teased. Whatever Leto's team creates, it will show up in later seasons for Battlefield 2042 and beyond. While he and his team in the Seattle area are just getting started on building the Battlefield world of tomorrow, their work will shape later seasons for 2042 and beyond. This new studio will act as the driver for narrative in tight collaboration with DICE and Ripple Effect Studios to help build great player experiences in the Battlefield universe. I mean, the only thing they've got to do is just remove bugs and make a smooth experience, then there you go, that's a great experience. In another big move, Battlefield 2042 Portal developer Ripple Effect will continue to support Portal while it gets to work on a new experience in the Battlefield 2042 universe. And Ripple Effect boss Christian Grass has told GameSpot that he's unable to comment on what Ripple Effect is developing outside of Portal. Zampella's new position is on top of his existing managerial responsibilities at Respawn, which includes overseeing the ongoing efforts for live service title Apex Legends and the studio's other unannounced projects, one of which is rumoured to be a sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. EA Chief Operating Officer Laura sung Zampella's praises, saying he is the right person to lead the Battlefield franchise into the future, building off his past successes with Call of Duty, Medal of Honor and Apex Legends. He creates culture-defining entertainment that resonates beyond games. We are bringing one of the most influential and talented individuals in entertainment to a franchise that is ready to be unleashed into the modern era of gaming. It's an extraordinary inflection point in game history. His ability to lead studios and bring developers together so they can create world-class experiences is unmatched. I believe the structure, process and vision he brings will enable Battlefield to excel like never before. No one knows shooters and live services better than Vince. And I mean, if Vince is capable of doing that stuff, then please hurry up. Battlefield needs to get in a really good state. They need to add a lot more to the game. Like, all three of the modes just seem quite bare bones. There's a lot of stuff missing from Portal. There's absolutely nothing in Hazard Zone, and in the all-out warfare we need more maps and more weapons. But together they believe the right team is in place to help the Battlefield franchise grow and thrive. They go on to say that EA now has people with strong operational experience running its studios across North America and Europe who are contributing to the newly established Battlefield universe. Zampella said EA plans to grow significantly in terms of the number of developers working on the Battlefield franchise across the company, and he called on developers to have a look at EA's open positions and consider putting in an application. Zampella wouldn't comment on specifics as it relates to the new types of Battlefield games that EA might develop in the future, or the cadence for when they might be released. However, he did tease that Battlefield's universe is rich with opportunity, both from a storytelling perspective and as a universe where our teams can create innovative gameplay experiences. Truly anything is possible, yeah, and that's putting as much money in your pockets as you can. EA's CEO Andrew Wilson has said the company may eventually develop a free-to-play Battlefield game. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, well, we have ourselves another article to go through in a different video. And while Zampella stopped short of confirming this, he said the company is exploring every possibility as it looks to grow Battlefield to help it reach its full potential. Also, I can't remember when, it wasn't too long ago, I did see some sort of Battlefield mobile game being made. So I think EA want to hit big with Battlefield. They're going to do everything to get 2042 into a position where players are happy, just so they can milk the absolute shit out of all of it. But one of them said EA has devised a long-term plan to support Battlefield going forward, but before the company gets into specifics about where the series is headed next, the first job is to support Battlefield 2042 and expand it through its live service offering. From that foundation, our teams will create new experiences that expand the Battlefield universe. So I wouldn't say there's a cadence or deadline. We need to do what is right for our players and our game. Yeah, I wish you could have done that before launch. Not everyone is staying on board through this transition. However, as Gabrielson, DICE's current GM, is leaving the company at the end of the year. He said that leaving DICE and EA entirely was among the most difficult decisions he's had to make in his life. It's hard to put into words my passion for our studio, our teams, and the Battlefield franchise. The last decade with the team at DICE has been nothing short of amazing. From the debut of Battlefield 3 to Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield 1, and of course the return of all-out warfare with Battlefield 2042. There's just been so many great memories working with our teams. DICE has some of the best talent in the industry and the team is in great hands. I mean, if EA actually gave them enough time, then they could show us the potential of their talent, couldn't they? And a quick quote, which has been put in between these two paragraphs from EA's COO, Laura. As a whole, we're all in on Battlefield. It's one of the most important and valuable franchises in the industry. Collectively, we are out to unlock its enormous potential. So now, scrolling down, this is quite a long one. Rebecca, the former studio director at Ubisoft Anarchy, is taken over as GM of DICE going forward. Gabrielson, if I'm saying that name right as well, is staying on with DICE and EA for the rest of the year to help Rebecca with the transition to the role of GM. He said he's leaving to start a new adventure, but it remains to be seen where he might be headed next. And imagine they just swapped. Imagine Gabrielson's going to Ubisoft Anarchy and Rebecca's coming over to DICE. Although Battlefield 2042 might not have enjoyed the strongest start as it relates to player reception, Laura tells GameSpot that Battlefield 2042 is trending in the right direction already since launch. I mean, losing 70% of players and still dipping? Yeah, I disagree. She said players are responding positively to the changes DICE has made so far. I mean, in most cases, yes, but there are still some huge issues, and we'll go through those in future videos. Though there remains plenty of negativity online. Well, yeah, because you released Update 3 and players couldn't move their mouses horizontally at all. But not only that, there were connection issues, players waiting up to like an hour to find a match when they did release Update number 3. But the newest update, which is the biggest one for Battlefield 2042 to date, with more than 150 fixes, went live on December 2nd. It's nothing to boast about, saying you've done over 150 fixes. The more fixes you have to do, the worse your game is. That gives you a bad name, not a good one. We are lucky we have such passionate fans, and I'm confident we will continue to do everything we can to meet their expectations. We believe in 2042 as it's the cornerstone for the future as we begin work to expand the universe. As a whole, we're all in on Battlefield is one of the most important, blah blah blah, we've read this one before. That was what was stated as the quote in between some of the paragraphs. It remains to be seen what these changes mean for DICE's other big series, Star Wars Battlefront. The 2015 and 2017 games combined to sell 33 million copies. However, I'm pretty sure EA have just turned down like their pitch or whatever you want to call it for a Battlefront 3. But it did make them massively commercially successful. It was recently reported, as I said, that EA rejected a pitch for Battlefront 3, citing licensing costs. So EA might actually be chucking all of their resources and everything into Battlefield to try and get that to become like the biggest franchise they have. EA's new statement about being all in on Battlefield suggests that no further Battlefront games are in the works, though it's not strictly confirmed. However, they rejected a pitch for it, so I'd say that's almost a solid confirmation. But Rebecca, as GM of DICE, will work alongside a number of veterans to define her leadership team. What this all means for EA, DICE and Battlefield remains to be seen. While the publisher is positioning the news as an exciting future for Battlefield, there's no way to know at this stage just what the outcome will look like. Will we get annualized Battlefield releases? I really hope not. A free-to-play Battle Royale game? Don't do it. After Firestorm, don't even bother. And will DICE have the opportunity to work on non-Battlefield games? I mean, they need to focus just on 2042 at the moment. But in the future, I don't know, it depends what they've got to bring to the table. And the announcement raises more questions than answers at this point. And that's the end of that article. As I scroll down, there's another one. They've just actually axed the idea of that Santa Claus skin. I mean, I'm glad they did it. It would have been the most stupid thing. They were kind of like on their way to starting off basically turning Battlefield into a Fortnite game. But that was a look at the major shake-up that the Battlefield franchise is undergoing. A lot of people leaving, new people starting. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know if these people can bring experience from other companies into DICE and EA and basically help turn Battlefield around and make it a great game that it deserves to be. And as a lot of games nowadays has the potential to be. But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.